So after 10 interest rate hikes, the Federal Reserve hitting the pause button. Their goal is to allow time to assess the impact of their aggressive efforts to tame inflation. Top Fed officials making it clear that this is just a pause in rate hikes. Another one is possible next month. And with inflation making everyday items more expensive, a new study finds people in their 40s are carrying more credit card debt than any other age group. The average person in that bracket has about $7,600 in debt. Personal finance expert Dan Roccato joining us live with advice on balancing that credit card debt. Dan, good morning to you.
Good morning, Bill. How you feeling?
Doing great. And so tell us more about how this debt breaks down by age group.
Yeah, well, it's high everywhere. So you said it. Folks in their 40s have the highest on average credit card debt. But Bill, what's more troubling to me is that folks in their 20s, average credit card debt is nearly $3,000. Folks in their 60s, average credit card debt $4,700. Across the board, no matter where you look, we are maxed out, my friend.
Yeah, and you look at your statement and you realize how much you're paying in interest right now in particular, and it is painful. So how can we work on cutting our credit card debt this summer?
Number one, use the avalanche method. You and I have talked about this over the past couple of years, Bill. Here, basically, we're doing is we're attacking the credit card with the highest interest rate first. So if you got one, say, at 26 or 28%, which a lot of folks do, let's tackle that one first, because every dollar you pay down, if you have a 28% interest rate, that's a 28% return on that dollar. That's a pretty good return on investment. Here's a little secret. If you're a good customer, you pay your bills on time, call your credit card company, ask for a lower rate. They want to keep you as a customer, and they'll do everything they can to do that, including perhaps lower your rate. And finally, this may sound weird, but if you've got decent credit, maybe open up a new credit card, one of these teaser credit cards with a 0% rate up to 18 months, for example. You will pay a fee to transfer your balance, but then you can really focus like a laser beam on paying down that balance.
Yeah, and if you are one of those statistics that you talked about, folks in their 40s carrying like $9,000 in debt, that may be a good choice for you right now. And there's lots of those zero interest introductory cards out there. How can you make your card work for you and not against you?
When I think of my credit card, think of like the Marines, right? We can be your worst friend or your best enemy, your best enemy, your best friend or your worst enemy. In my case,
one of those things.
It's a best friend. What I mean by that is cash back. I get 2% cash back on everything, pay my balance in full each month. I'm essentially using someone else's money for up to 40, 45 days, no interest, no fees. So that's a smart way to use your card. If you're tempted by that higher limit you have, give the card company a call, ask for a lower limit. Now, that may sound strange for some consumers, but it's kind of like you put a cap on it so you can't get yourself in too much trouble. Pay 100% of that balance off each month. You'll boost your credit score. And that's really the last point, which is you want to keep your credit score high, boost it high, because we all know the better your score, guess what? You'll be able to get a lower rate. So
Absolutely.
It creates this virtuous circle.
Yeah. So, Dan, I'm really putting you on the spot here, but is there a particular credit card that you like for points or cash back?
I do. Now, I don't work for them, but I personally, in my wallet, have the Citi Double Cash Card. I get 2% cash back on everything. I don't have to worry about, am I buying groceries? Am I buying gas? I get 2% on everything, no annual fee. Brother, that's the one in my wallet.
That sounds pretty good. Dan Roccato, thank you. Always appreciate talking with you. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, Bill.